Live from the Man Cave, treadmills and tangents with Coach Aaron Saron and his army of wellness warriors. Live in discussion of all things health and wellness, along with community topics they happen to stumble upon.
Hey, good morning, Omaha. Welcome to another edition of your health and wellness show. I'm talking about treadmills and tangents. This is Coach. I'm joined by Timmy and Sam again this morning.
Good morning, Omaha.
What's up? Now, Omaha, you guys know that we are fans of the coffee, of the cofefe.
Absolutely.
Especially the bulletproof coffee, especially the bulletproof. We have an imposter trying to invade our ranks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused, man.
Yeah. We've learned there is... Now, we're all about eating your greens. We're all about healthy eating, getting your broccolis, getting your cauliflower, especially your cruciferous vegetables, which are very good for you for a number of reasons. But in Australia, they're making broccoli coffee.
No, thank you.
What? So they're taking broccoli and drying it out and basically taking broccoli powder and stirring it into the coffee. Now, I don't know how this in any way can taste good. We can't find an actual product anywhere. I think this is just some MDs and nutritionists playing around with broccoli, trying to get it into people's diets a little bit easier, but I can't see how that remotely goes together.
No, not one bit. That's
Yeah, and they said people use it instead of like a sugar. They use it as like an additive. And if they're like, oh, if you don't like it in your coffee, add it to a smoothie or on top of an avocado. Avocado tastes fine without dry broccoli on it, honestly.
Hey, you know, I can see putting greens in smoothies because you get a bunch of fruit around it.
Absolutely.
You know, kale, a lot of people don't like kale, but they'll throw it into a smoothie because the fruit masks the taste. But I don't, broccoli doesn't taste sweet to me. Does it taste sweet to you guys?
No.
I've never
heard
heard of
how broccoli is best? With cheese.
Oh.
And I'm not putting cheese in my coffee.
Or butter.
Oh, I'll put butter in my coffee all day.
You mean you want a little broccoli with your cheese?
Absolutely.
Is what you're saying?
Just a smidge.
I like broccoli. I love broccoli. I love raw broccoli.
Great.
I love steamed broccoli. I mean, I love broccoli, but I would never would have described it as sweet, let alone want to put it in coffee. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you absolutely cannot, stomach the taste of broccoli, it's just not palatable to you, this could be a way to pull it off, put it in your coffee, but I would just make a smoothie.
Yeah, I wouldn't go
I mean,
either way.
they've got green powders out there. Sam, you guys at Hy-Vee carry the super greens and all those different kinds, and those have tons of broccoli and kales and all your dark leafy greens. So I would just take that and throw it into a smoothie. But I guess you could, here's another article. Broccoli coffee is here to stay. I don't know if I'll agree with that, go that far with it. You got bone broth out there, so why not broccoli coffee?
One of the interesting things I read, just as we were scrolling through, is one of the big reasons people are going after it is they're saying that they steam the whole thing stem and all, so there's no waste. Like they're using every piece of the broccoli to get that broccoli powder versus...
Well, you should, though. When you buy broccoli slaw, that's just the stalks cut up.
Right.
It's not the flowers or the flowerets, as they say.
If you have not tried broccoli slaw, by the way, you need to go ahead and
you talk about something. Yeah, you talk about something you can throw a handful into anything and fry it up or cook it in anything. But the nutritional value of the stalks of broccoli is exactly the same as the flower,
right,
or the florets, whatever you want to call it. Or the treetops, as I would say when I was little.
We're trying to sound all fancy now on our morning show. The florets.
Well, if we're talking broccoli coffee, we better talk it. Dude, it looks gross.
It does.
There's a picture of it. It looks like a green... It looks like something...
It looks like the Hulk went pee-pee. That's what it looks like.
I'm not quite sure I would describe it. It looks like something you get in California, to be quite honest.
Yeah. So if any hipsters happen to listen to our show...
I went out to California. This was probably, 15, 20 years ago. And we went out to do some training with Paul Vunak. So we were in the San Diego area. And I had never heard of wheatgrass. So we stopped to get a smoothie. And I see these people taking shots of this green stuff, paying a ton of money. And I'm like, what is that? They're like, wheatgrass. I'm like, what do you mean? And I would see them reach up, cut a bunch off, put it in this little juicer, and they would drink it down. I'm like, wheatgrass? Like, well, what is it? Like, what's it do for you? And they tried to explain to me phytonutrients, all this stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'll try it. And I get it, and I drink it down. I'm like, dude, it tastes like grass. I'm like, who the hell would buy this?
I'm mow my lawn and start selling this stuff.
Growing up as a kid playing in the yard, you get grass in your mouth. Like, that's what it tastes like. I'm like, why would you do that? I don't know.
Because it's healthy, man.
So I can see this being something in California.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just like, I don't know. Let's put broccoli in our coffee.
From everything I've seen on here, it seems to be it's really, really popular in Australia for the most part. It seems to be where it has started and where a lot of these articles are based
You know
on.
what? It can stay.
Agreed.
I'm
You
not.
keep your dingoes and your broccoli coffee.
So if you guys want to try it, go get some super greens. Get some super greens from your local grocery store. Hy-Vee's got it in the organic section, and throw a spoonful in your coffee and let us know what it tastes like.
And try broccoli slaw.
Definitely.
Put a little bit of oil in a pan. Put that in there. A little bit of garlic. Oh yeah.
I throw it in everything. I even throw it in my eggs. I'll throw it in everything. But
Can't go wrong with it.
there you go. So we're taking a step up potentially from the bulletproof coffee.
I don't know if I call that stuff
I'm not
up.
sure I'm going to try this one, to be honest.
Yeah,
agreed.
I'd rather just eat broccoli,
True.
but go for it. Yeah, man. Holy smokes. It's even on ABC News. Oh, and this is we're talking about shopping hacks and shopping tips.
Sorry, I switched pages.
Yeah,
on
he
you.
did. He switched pages on me and messed me up there for a second. Here's the thing, guys. There's all kinds of ways to shop better and to shop easier. Even your grocery stores are making shopping easier for you. You can just throw a list out. If you're a spontaneous purchaser, you get the end caps, right? Everybody understands end caps is meant to be a spontaneous buy, especially when you go to checkout. Where's all the candy bars? It's right at the checkout because they know they want to get a spontaneous buy out of you. If you're that type of shopper, and I totally am, 100%. If I walk in hungry, I'm in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Right? That's why they say never shop when you're hungry.
You're the perfect person for shopping online, then.
Oh, I'm terrible because but now I will buy a lot of healthy stuff too at the same time, and I'll overbuy healthy stuff to the point where it spoils before I can eat it all, which is why you should shop about every 2 to 3 days because good food should spoil fast. But anyway, if you're one of those people who will just see something and grab it, on the fly, you can call in now, give them your order, and just don't put the crap on the list. And it won't show up, right? I tell people all the time, the easiest way to eat better, don't put it in your house.
Yeah.
And now it's even easier because you can get other people to shop for you so you don't have
They even
to worry about your willpower.
Yeah. You don't even have to walk in the store now. Just
You
bring it
snap
out
in
to
your
car.
pajama jams.
Now,
Tell me you've done that.
that said, I don't necessarily trust the dietitians within the grocery stores to do the shopping and picking and choosing for you.
Well, it's a good thing.
Hence my post a few weeks back of pound cake being on the dietitian's choice. But I guess my point is that, you don't need to make shopping overly complicated. Now it's even easier. Stay out of the aisles, shop the perimeter. Now just make a list of healthy foods and send it in. Hy-Vee does it, right? Hy-Vee has curbside delivery.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of services now that will deliver it right to your house if you want to be even lazier about it. Although I enjoy the act of shopping. I actually enjoy shopping.
Oh, I don't.
You don't?
Nope.
I don't mean like clothes shopping. I despise clothes shopping.
No, I don't.
Which is why I don't do it, and which is why my wardrobe is
I don't like
disgustingly
shopping.
outdated. I love food shopping. I have fun doing it.
Yeah, we we do a lot of the online with vegetables and stuff. We started going in for that because my wife is so particular about her fruits and vegetables that
Is she a squeezer?
she
sniffer?
literally can hang out in the veggie section. I can get the rest of the shopping done and come back. She is extremely particular about her fruits and vegetables, which is fine.
She's one of those people that gotta knock on the melons all the time.
Right. She has like a little meter that she puts it on and tells her what gauge it is, how many days it's been in the store. I don't know.
I thought you were serious for a second.
So
there.
did I.
No, she
Whoa.
she is just very particular about her fruits and vegetables. And usually they do a pretty good job, but there's been a couple of times that we've got.
Well, you do have to be careful. I've been in grocery stores where you grab a package of like blueberries or raspberries, and then if you flip it over, there's mold on the bottom.
Yeah,
You got to be careful. So you
right.
do need to check your stuff for sure. But I enjoy shopping. Especially like if I get to the meat counter, I'm like, whoa.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's different.
You know, to be honest, Hy-Vee's got a good meat counter. I love Whole Foods meat counter. Fairway's got a great meat counter. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, oh
Just
man, let's get
licking
this,
his
let's
chops.
get that.
Yeah, usually in the summer I'll go to the butcher shop. There's a butcher shop that I go to, and
Where?
Just Good Meats on 84th Street.
Oh yeah.
So I'll go in
Can't
there.
beat the meat.
Go in there and I'm like, I'll take yes and yes and yes and yes, and I walk out and
Give me one of yes.
$500 later.
yeah, put everything in the fridge, and I'm like, I'll grill every night for a year. I don't care.
Have you guys ever purchased a side of beef?
I have not. It's
No.
on my to-do list.
There's a guy I worked with out on the base who his family raised cattle down in Oklahoma, and every year he would say, all right, who wants one? And then his dad would, quote unquote, start fattening one up. So I split a side of beef. So I took a quarter of a cow, Dude, I did not realize
Are
how
you still eating it?
I did not realize how much meat comes off of a cow
Yeah.
There's
or a
lot.
steer, whatever you want to call it. And so what we did was we said, look, give us as many steaks as we can get and roasts as we can get, and make the rest ground beef.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we had ground beef like you wouldn't believe. Pounds and pounds and pounds of ground beef. It was ridiculous.
I bet it was amazingly delicious too.
It was good. The roasts were awesome, and the steaks were awesome, and we got some what do you call it, soup bones out of it too,
Oh,
and
nice.
ribs. But I couldn't believe how much ground beef we got out of it, and that was just a quarter of a cow. But it's worth it. It ended up being like not even $2 a pound after it was all said and done.
Have you ever done a whole hog?
I have not.
We've had people buy whole hogs from us before.
Oh, you guys do that?
Yeah, we can do. We have to special order it, but we can do it.
Do you butcher it, or you just have a whole hog waiting on a
We
pallet?
just got it waiting on a pallet.
There you go.
We kill it right there in the back.
Load it up.
You can just order that online too. Pull up out back. Bring the
What
truck.
does that run?
Oh, I'd have to. It's been a while since somebody ordered it. It was expensive though.
I wonder how much bacon you get out of a whole hog. I'd be
Sure, I
curious.
can-
Look that up
yeah.
real quick.
Come on,
Tim,
Google
How
man.
much bacon you can get out of a whole hog?
Tim's got the interweb at our fingertips.
Come on,
And
you
let's
know, you
let's
love
find
the
out
bacon.
how much bacon you get out of a whole hog. Now, I'm sure it's relative to the size
Right.
of said animal, but how much bacon you get from a pig? 250 pounds on the hoof, 180 pounds dressed. So what does that mean? Here we go.
100 of retail cuts. You get
144 pounds of cuts out of a 250-pound animal, 180 pounds dressed, 144 pounds of cuts, which gets you 28 pounds of ham, 23 pounds of pork loin, 23 pounds of fresh side bacon. That's what I'm
Ooh.
talking about.
23 pounds.
Yeah.
That's only 23 servings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was one serving.
Well, for us, that's probably one serving.
6 pounds of ribs. That's kind of surprising. Only 6 pounds of ribs. 9 pounds of butt. That
5
butt.
pounds of head.
The butt.
Yeah. 3 pounds of feet. I'll pass on that one.
5 pounds of head. What the heck?
9 pounds of
I'm not eating pig head. I'll tell you that right now.
How about some jowl?
How about some miscellaneous trim?
AKA sausage meat.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, so a 250-pound hog or a pig gets you 23 pounds of bacon. So it is said. Let it be written. Or it was written. Now it is said. I didn't know that. So there's your random fact for the day. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I if you got a freezer big enough, I think if you can get a place where it's got good grass-fed animals,
Yeah.
and just split it with somebody. You know, if you live in a neighborhood, get 4 neighbors together and go for it. It's really cheap that way. And but you got to have the freezer for it.
Yeah. The space is crucial.
Yeah, it is, but it's good, man. You know where the meat came from. You know it's all the same animal, how it was raised. A lot of times, if you go to a small farmer, you know exactly how it was raised, what it was fed, what antibiotics it was given or not given. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And that, dude, grass-fed beef, you can taste the difference. I've had people say that they can't. Like, I disagree.
I'm actually I got a sample in the gym of some grass-fed protein powder that I'm considering to carry in the gym. I got to try it
Interesting.
and check the price points on it. But yeah, you're starting to see that even filter now into the protein
Yeah.
powders. I'm not sure if you can taste the difference in the protein powder, but anyway, yeah. So shopping done easy, guys. It's making it even easier. I mean, it's so easy to eat healthy now. It's ridiculous. And anybody that tells me it's too hard, I really want to slap them.
That's all their choice. That's all that is.
Well,
Their
it's
choice to make
not
it-
even hard anymore.
not.
People do it for
just
you.
Laziness being. That's all it is.
You create your list and you give it to somebody and it shows up. Like, I don't know how, other than having somebody cook it for you and hold you down and shove it down your throat, I don't know what else needs to be done. I mean, I'm at a loss at this point on why people, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have my cheat days, sometimes cheat weekends, but,
What?
you know, if you don't have the willpower to shop and not pick up garbage in your basket,
Right.
fine, don't leave the house.
Yeah.
Don't shop. Let somebody do it for you. It's worth the money.
Absolutely.
It's worth every penny for you not to die from diabetes or obesity.
Well, in Hy-Vee, I think once you hit $100, they deliver to your house for free.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
100 you hit
Once you hit
$100, it's
$100,
free delivery.
it's free. And
Wow,
once
that's
you hit-
easy when you got like a family of
was
4.
it, is it $50 then pickup is free? Otherwise, it's like $1.
Yes.
I walk in and spend $50.
I was gonna say
Right.
I
Like-
spend $50 daily. There.
It's
That's
easy.
not hard anymore.
It's because you drink so many bags every day. $50 a day.
Not that many. My heart would explode.
We're doing a challenge. So the month of July, Sam and
We'll count
I,
those out.
no bangs.
That's going on
no
your
monsters,
accountability board?
No energy drinks at all.
No, and I'll take that bet.
You want in on this?
I want that bet.
All right.
Not that I don't want to see you guys fail. However, knowing the two of you and the amount of energy drinks you put down, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
There's going to be some serious caffeine, or you're going to start drinking gallons of coffee.
Well, see, I don't like the covfefe.
I do.
So that's going to be.
You're in
it's gonna be tough.
My wife was like,
T-R-U-O-B.
My wife's like, we're going on 2 huge road trips in July. You're drinking no energy drinks? And I was like, no. What are you going to do? I was like, drink coffee like everybody else.
He's got something to fall back on with that covfefe.
So you guys are putting that on the accountability board?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We are.
We need to encourage more people to use that accountability board.
I know. We had a good run for a while, and then people have kind of started to.
Well, it's like anything else. People get comfortable, and that's why people fall off the wagon on their diet. That's why they fall off the wagon on their workout. It's that, everybody's like, why do I have to put something on the accountability board? Like it's childish. Is it really?
It's childish. Holding themselves accountable for it.
I think because it's like, well, I'm an adult. I don't need to write something on the board to hold myself accountable. Hey, guess what? You do.
Yeah.
Right.
You do. I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
The average person is not disciplined enough to do it on their own.
Well, when you walk in and see it, like I have dips on for this month, so I'll be getting done with the workout and look over like, oh crap, I'm still supposed to do my dips. And it's just a reminder that like, just because I say at the beginning of the month, oh, well, this is what I'm going to do for the month, doesn't mean 15 days in I remember that. Well, a lot of stuff going on.
In me as a coach, when I'm in class, I'll turn and be like, hey, Jordan, how we doing on the caffeine drinks? Or I'll be like, hey, Dan, how we doing on the chips? I'll call him out. How we doing on it? Like, how we doing on it? You wrote it. How we doing on it?
But it's proven that if somebody writes it down, they're more likely to do it and succeed.
We need to put some skin in the game.
True.
Like what we need to start doing is, all right, if you're serious about this, you got to put $10. And if you don't do it, I keep the $10.
Yeah. And if you do it,
they'll lie and say just to get the money back. But there are accountability programs online where you do pay in, and then if you don't do your daily check-ins and show proof on the scale, show proof of what you're eating, they keep the money.
Yeah.
Like that's how you get your money back.
There's
by proving
that
you're working towards your goal.
A group of people I know that all have Apple Watches, and if you don't hit your move goal for the day, it's $5 to everybody else in the group.
That's awesome.
Every day.
Oh, wow. That's great.
To everybody in the group?
Yeah, I think there's 5 of them. So if you don't get it done, you're out $20 a day. So one guy was like, dude, it's 11 o'clock at night. I had to burn like another 100 calories.
Got up and ran.
Went out and took my dog for a walk. Yeah.
But it got him up to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
No doubt.
At the end of the day, he did it.
Yeah, I always try to close mine. I made it like 34 days, and then I didn't close it one day this weekend because we were coaching and stuff so much this past weekend, and I didn't get it done. And then between driving home, and I was like, damn, I should have done something, but.
You should have rigged up. You remember the movie Over the Top? You should have rigged up like a little weight thing while you're driving. You can do some arm extensions.
Put it on one of the girls when they fought and let their heart
Lincoln
rate go.
Hawk. Ooh, there you go, Lincoln Hawk. There's some movie trivia.
Put it on Blake with the heart rate pumping like it was. I would have got my move goal no problem.
I do agree with that. I think we need to do something like that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Good accountability.
I think if you're struggling with your goals, get with a group of. That's why it's always good to have a training partner.
Yeah.
Keep each other honest, but get a group of people and just challenge each other. All right, let's see who can get to 5 pounds lost first. Everybody else pays. Everybody else buys dinner or something like that. Just to make it. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
Puts a little skin in the game, and who doesn't love a little bit of friendly gambling, right? Some gentleman's bet, whatever you want to call it. Although our governor does not approve.
Right.
Kind of like Tim and Alejandro.
Right. I won that bet. I won that bet hands down. So speaking of group stuff, you had just brought that up. We had a lady come into the gym to do her assessment, and she just happened to be there during a TFW class, and I was asking her, what made her think about coming to that versus some other things she had done in the past, and she said she liked the group idea. She had seen our commercial and talked to a couple of people that work out there and was super excited, and then she did her assessment and hung out and watched and was like, oh yeah, I'm coming back tomorrow. She was super excited just because of the atmosphere and everybody else talking and helping each other out. So for her, that was a big thing. Is like, I'm not going to go to the gym and do it by myself. I just know I'm not. So if I don't do it this way, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and what's funny about that is, so she works for Titan Medical, which is a great company to work for in town, by the way, and owned by Brian Wilkie, which is a great guy, great medical staffing company. And they have an arrangement with our gym at Mid-American Martial Arts where everybody in that company can come train. But when you describe our gym to a lot of people, it's very intimidating. Like Muay Thai, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, training for warriors. They're just like, no, thank you, right? Because most people are just, hobby treadmillers and whatnot. So I sent over our promo video, which is about 2 minutes long, and to give a better idea what it was. And then they were just like, when can I start? Because they see the atmosphere, they see the community, they see that it's just people helping each other get better. And yeah, they do see the jiu-jitsu and the kickboxing and the training forwards, but now instead of reading about it, it's like, oh, this is scary. They see it, and seeing is believing. So
they see
that's the video she was talking about that she saw.
Yeah.
And then we've had about 6 to 8 people in the last couple of weeks from that company want to come on in. But there a lot of them have been in other programs, and when they see a group of people trying to do good together, and that's what people really want at the end of the day. You can work out anywhere,
right?
Like you can work out in your basement, but then again, there's the accountability thing that comes back around.
Group is great.
Plus, you get to see my beautiful face every morning, and I mean,
Don't let
who
it fool
doesn't love that?
Don't let them fool you. It's not that beautiful.
Hey, at least I have hair, man.
Hey, that's whatever.
We should do. You know what we should do? We should do group shopping trips.
Ooh.
That's what we got to do, Sam. Let's set that up with Hy-Vee. When you walk into Mid-American Martial Arts, you're walking into more than punching and kicking. You're walking into a community, and that is what I think sets us apart from everybody else. We train anywhere from 4 years old, and we have students as old as in their 60s here. Our main programs are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai kickboxing, Judo, as well as our strength and conditioning program, which is our Training for Warriors program. Our main goal is that when people leave here, they feel better about themselves. They're a little bit better as a person, they feel a little bit about their life, they feel better about their day. Now, everybody holds baggage, everybody has stress. This is the place where they can come in and put all that away for a little bit and work on themselves. Yeah, do we hope they can defend themselves better? Sure. Do we hope they can punch and kick a little better? Absolutely. None of that matters if they don't feel good about themselves. And that's the main key. If they can walk out of here feeling good about themselves, feeling good about their life, then we've won that day.
Mid-America Martial Arts, located at 14951 Chandler Road in Millard. Give them a call at 402-813-1721 or visit midamericamartialarts.com.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Treadmills and Tangents, your health and wellness show right here on The Answer. And we just got done talking about shopping and how easy it is to shop. And, if you're the type of person who's a little bit confused about what?
Oh, it's been a minute.
It has been a hot minute. I haven't heard
The food
that.
truck got lost on us.
Yeah.
Where's it been? Where's that driver? Where's it been? I don't know. But what did the food truck bring us today? What did it bring us?
We got a little breakfast quiche.
Oh, quiche. So who's this made by? This is Kellogg's Special K quiche. All right, so I'm gonna be truthful with you. This raises a red flag for me because generally anything Kellogg's is not healthy for you whatsoever. It's not a knock on Kellogg's. It's just kind of this is kind of the big misinformation campaign that's been out there for a long time with the old food pyramid and what's good and what's not necessarily good. And so we've got crustless quiche, sausage, quinoa, peppers, mozzarella, and Asiago. All right, so it looks good so far. 11 grams of protein. I'll give it that. 13 grams of fat. Sounds good. 6 carbs, 1 sugar. All right.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. 2 servings per container. So 2 quiches per. If you eat both of them, you got 26 grams of fat. Only 12 grams of carbs. 22 grams of protein. Not too bad.
Stepping it up, Kellogg's.
Not too bad. I'll give them an A for effort here on this one. You know what? To be honest, I'm not a quiche fan. I hate the consistency of quiche.
That's not too shabby.
And I'd like scrambled eggs. Eggs over easy. Or
eggs
medium.
over easy all day. All day. This is not bad, though.
This is actually pretty good.
If you're looking for a quick breakfast thing just to throw and go, it was 2 minutes in the microwave. That'll do.
This is solid. Kellogg's crustless quiche.
Stepping the game up, Kellogg's.
I mean, it's a little carb heavy, but nothing crazy. Only 1 gram of sugar. So lots of fat and lots of protein. So I'll
They
give
could
them.
use a dab of hot sauce. I mean,
Ooh.
Well, what couldn't? You know,
True
a
story.
little hot sauce on it, a little salt and pep. I think would go a little bit. But I'm not a big quiche fan. I just don't like the consistency of it. It's like I hate hummus too. I don't like the
Oh, really? I
consistency
love
of it.
hummus. Hummus is so
Do you?
good. Yeah.
Hummus is
Hummus
like
is good.
what do you eat with hummus? You don't like vegetables?
hummus is like snot on a cracker. Dude.
No, I'm never eating hummus again.
I don't know if I can after that one too.
I don't know. All right, Kellogg's Special K. Food truck scored good on that one. All right, I'll give you that.
Not bad.
170 calories per. Nice. Yeah. That might have to go in my freezer. I might have to go in the gym's freezer.
Yeah, they had
There was
bacon, and there was a ham one also.
Oh,
Or
all right.
sausage and ham. Excuse me, sausage and ham.
Why didn't the food truck bring those?
The
Well,
food truck's
the food-
being lazy, apparently.
The food truck only has so much room.
Well, the food truck left us for a month, so
Yeah.
I'm glad it came back around. All right, it still has. All right, what else? What else do we got here? We got,
Yeah,
and this is new to me.
it's new to all of us, Coach.
Yes.
The Jackfruit Company, Tex-Mex Jackfruit. So on the cover, you see this picture of two tacos, two like delicious looking tacos, and what appears to be loaded with some yummy pork and peppers and onions. And then you read it, Southwest flavor with notes of cumin and green chili.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds delicious, but then you read that it's not really meat at all. Instead, it's jackfruit.
Well, what is jackfruit?
Jackfruit is the world's largest tree-borne fruit, sometimes weighing over 100 pounds, native to India. It's an ancient crop, recently gaining new notoriety as a staple in savory dishes with its convincingly meaty texture.
Look at that thing. That thing
It's an
looks like
ugly
a melon.
looking
It
fruit.
can get up to 120 pounds in weight.
It
for
looks
one.
like an apple that has warts all over it, doesn't it?
It looks like a messed up pear.
Yeah.
So this company created in 2011, has been building ethical and sustainable jackfruit supply chains to introduce this wonderful fruit to the world again. And the mission is to transform healthy eating, farmers' livelihoods, and humanity's eco footprint for the better. So this is not meat at all. It looks like pork, but it's actually jackfruit. With some peppers and onions and lime juice, a touch of brown sugar, salt, cumin. So 2 grams of fat, which makes sense because it's a fruit. 11 grams of carbs, and only 2 grams of protein. So this is very carb heavy, which makes sense. It's a fruit, not actually meat. But let's taste, shall we?
I'm a little,
Okay.
I don't know about this one.
It looks... So, what's in the dish looks nothing like what's on the picture.
Surprise.
Oh, this does not taste like meat at all.
Here, let me try that.
Oh, nope.
Now, we went to Thailand and tasted some interesting things. Some good, some bad. Now, the picture we see online here looks more like what's in our bowl. Just cubes of
Yeah.
brown stuff.
That is,
I'm
yeah.
out on that one.
Yeah, I'm out too.
I'm not sure it's gagging bad.
No, I mean,
Cough, but
I don't. It's a weird consistency.
it's a very weird flavor.
Excellent source of fiber, soy-free, gluten-free, which makes sense. Meat-like texture, vegan.
I don't know about the.
Meat. It is chewy.
Yeah.
It's chewier than most fruits. It's not. It doesn't have the consistency of a typical fruit because it does look like it has meat fibers. If that makes any sense. It does look like it has meat fibers, but when you pop
Kinda
it in
like
your
that.
mouth, it doesn't taste meaty at
Kind of
all.
like that marbling of the meat.
It's
Like the what?
The marbling with meat.
Oh, yeah.
The-
All right, I'm tracking now.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't.
it's got like a tangy taste to it,
Yeah.
but that might be the sauce that it's
I
in.
think it is.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
yeah. I'm
Thumbs down.
not a fan.
Jackfruit.
Learn something new. Not a fan though.
Look up some jackfruit recipes while we're here.
All right.
If anybody out there has had jackfruit or different ways of eating jackfruit, write into us or post on our Facebook
I wonder if Katie at the gym has
of different
has
ways of
tried
jackfruit.
this.
So we got jackfruit tuna melts, sriracha pulled pork with jackfruit free.
Fish-free tacos.
Wait, go back on that one. Jackfruit fish free tacos.
Yep.
What the heck? Just call it a jackfruit taco.
Yeah.
Jackfruit crab cakes.
Yeah. So basically, this is like going to be the new tofu.
Yeah.
I wonder if Katie at the gym has tried this. She's vegan, so I wonder if
Is
this
she
something-
really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that recent?
No, she's been vegan as long as she's been there, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Katie?
Katie.
I thought she was trying keto.
She's trying vegan keto, which I don't know how.
How
that
do you
works.
do that?
I don't think it worked well for her.
I don't think you can do it.
I don't think that's feasible.
Well,
whatsoever.
unless all you eat is avocados 24/7.
Avocado.
She has a pallet of avocados at her house.
Are you serious?
No.
Are you just joking?
Just joking.
That's you'd have to eat a serious amount of avocados quickly.
Well, if that's all she's eating 24 hours a day or whatever.
Yeah, so I kind of see jackfruit as being like tofu, just like
Yeah.
this meat substitute that probably takes on the flavor of whatever you put it in, or try to put it in. But I don't know. I didn't like it. Not something I would go out of my way to get to make a taco substitute anyway. But yeah,
Trying to look up if there's a way to be.
I was just
vegan
looking
keto.
up. Apparently, there is on the
Really?
website that I used when I first started doing keto. There is the vegan ketogenic diet.
yeah. And for those of you listening, what Tim just said when he says keto, he's referring to the ketogenic diet that's intended to get you in a ketogenic or a state of ketosis, in which your body is using body fat primarily as its primary fuel source, vice carbohydrates or blood sugars. And apparently there is an approach to be able to do this in a vegan sense. So if you're a vegan and are trying to do a ketogenic diet, things you cannot eat, grains, obviously, that's all keto advocates, legumes, lentils, black beans, peas, any sugar, fruits. All right, so that takes out our jackfruit,
Oh,
and tubers, which is potatoes, yams, etc. Right? But that's the same for all
Yeah.
people approaching keto. So what are vegan meats?
Tofu.
Tofu, tempeh, seitan, Seitan. What is that? Seitan.
I don't know.
Look that up.
Let's look it up.
And then
Sounds like this jet
protein powders. Obviously, seitan. Oh, okay. Here we go. What's the difference between tofu, tempeh, and seitan? Interesting.
Google, I love you.
Tofu, also known as soybean or bean curd. It's a soft cheese-like curd. Okay, yes, obviously. Seitan, also known as wheat gluten. Hold on a minute. Seitan first appeared during the 6th century as an ingredient in Asian cuisine. Has been common meat substitute for more than 1,000 years. So how do they get away with eating wheat gluten
I don't.
but no grains?
Dun, dun, dun.
I have to research that a little bit more.
Apparently, it's very.
well, gluten's a
protein-heavy.
protein. Gluten,
Right.
no, gluten is a protein.
Oh, okay.
But so they must separate the gluten from the wheat, and that's what it is, essentially. And then tempeh, Indonesian staple made by fermenting soybeans and banana leaves until a firm, earthy patty forms. That sounds disgusting.
Oh, the picture makes it look
Yeah, the picture
delicious.
look- yeah.
It looks like a crab
Hashtag
cake.
sarcasm.
It looks like a crab cake,
I
doesn't
wouldn't
it?
eat it. I mean,
I would try that.
That
That
sauce
looks
on
like a
top looks
tasty
good.
crab cake.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You tell me you wouldn't try that just once. That looks pretty good enough.
Check
to try.
this out. Tempeh, scroll back up a little bit, contains more protein, 31 grams per cup, and dietary fiber than tofu. And it also has a mild nutty flavor to boot.
Okay, I'll try it.
Tempeh.
So
Let's put in a request to the food truck to bring us some tempeh
There's gotta be
and seitan.
There's got to be an
Seitan.
Indonesian restaurant around somewhere in town that we could probably go try this too. Don't you think?
I don't know. Probably
Google's
not,
a wonderful
because things like this freak Americans out, and they don't want to eat things like that.
Weird.
Was that your American?
I
Are
don't
you
know
a
what that
French
was.
American? Oh, is that-
It might
that's
have been.
weird.
That's what we call Canadian.
There you
Okay.
Okay.
Laszlo's is not Indonesian. Google
Tanner's Bar and Grill is not either.
What did you research that brought
Indonesian
up those?
restaurants near me.
Did you spell Indonesian correctly?
Well, yeah. There's one in Los Angeles.
Excellent.
Hey, there's only a $2.99 delivery fee. I feel like that's not true.
And a 55-minute wait.
I
Okay.
feel like Grubhub.
We're gonna try those out. Tempeh,
Yeah.
seitan, and then of course we know what tofu
Interesting.
is. Mushrooms are good if you're a vegan trying to eat keto. Leafy greens, obviously. all above ground vegetables, because anything under the ground tends to be highly starch heavy. High fat dairy, nuts, seeds, avocados, berries. Raspberries, blackberries tend to be lower glycemic, as are cherries. Fermented foods, sea vegetables. What the hell is bladder whack? Bladder whack. Look that up.
All right, here we go.
We're finding out some interesting stuff
That
tonight.
sounds gross. Oh, it looks gross.
Oh, it's an algae.
It looks. I don't know.
Like an algae.
Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing at all.
Mm-mm.
Although, I mean, I know seaweed's good for you, and a lot of algae are good for you, but that looks not something I would
Oh,
eat.
here's a close-up. Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we won't
Nah,
be trying that. The food
We're going to
truck will not be
skip the
bringing
bladder whack.
Yeah.
Anything called bladder whack
Yeah, it's not
sounds
good.
disgusting. Sweetener, steady. And of course, all your MCTs and oils are good for you as well if you're a vegan trying to eat keto. Interesting. I've been drinking a shake. I told Tim about this. I've been taking half and half, 10 ounces of half and half, and putting in 2 to 3 huge spoons of peanut butter in it,
Ooh.
and then a scoop of protein and just ice and blending. And it's essentially like a peanut butter milkshake, but there's next to no sugar in it.
His milkshake brings all the keto to the yard.
It's got a ton of fat and a ton of protein. It's awesome.
Ooh, I might have to try this.
I tried
that sounds
one the other
delicious.
night. Susie, our front desk lady at the gym, made it for me, but used the peanut butter powder. It was still pretty darn good. But I bet with peanut butter, it is just next level ridiculous.
And you have to understand, when you use peanut butter powder, you don't get any of the fat,
Right.
which is okay to have. You just get all the flavor and all the protein, just none of the
Me
fat.
do like the
I'm
fat.
gonna try this tomorrow at the gym when I'm there.
And make sure you guys are using real peanut butter.
Right.
Like, if you can,
Not
take the
Jif.
peanuts and grind them. You know, even
You
high
did you
V's
get
have a
peanut
grinder
butter-
now.
Peanut butter grinder?
We
yet?
don't have a peanut butter grinder.
The one near me just got one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you can buy. There's more and more peanut butters on the market where if it's anything other than peanuts and the ingredients, don't get it.
True.
Like,
Yeah,
there's no reason to get it. It should be peanuts and that's it. The peanut oils will come out. You can make it at home too. Buy a couple pounds of peanuts, throw them in your food processor, and just turn it on. And eventually, as it goes, the peanut oil will come out and it'll start to cream up. I'll dump a little bit of olive oil when I do it just to help it along. And it should separate. Like a good peanut butter, when it's on the shelf, it should separate.
Yep.
You should see all the oils at the top, which is kind of a pain in the butt. You got to mix it. But I just mix it really good and then throw it in the fridge, and then it stays.
Yeah. It'll usually
Oh,
stay.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, it stays. It gets hard, and
That's
then,
a good-
which is much easier to spoon out then.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't like spooning?
Especially with peanut butter. Hey, Saturday party at my house.
What? Peanut butter spoon? Yikes.
And once again, this is The Tangent brought to you by
So yeah, all right, guys. Hey, I wanna, I wanna make sure we talk about. We just got back from Des Moines a few days ago, in which we were out there for the Muay Thai Nationals, the largest 3-day tournament in the country for Muay Thai kickboxing, and I think I'm still tired from it.
True story. I'm still full.
So
That's very true. Sam,
we
I'm sure.
went as a team to go eat at this barbecue place right by the Holiday Inn at Des Moines Airport right there. And I don't remember the name of the barbecue.
Big Al's.
Oh, Big Al's, yeah. And wow. So we sit down, we're having a good time and joking around, and we see this Big Al burger. We ask about it, and the waitress goes, "Well, today on special is the ultimate Big Al." And we're like, "Do tell."
Right.
So the Big Al is a half-pound burger with pulled pork, brisket, and egg and bacon on it. And we're like, okay, so what's with the ultimate? Big Al throws a ham steak and a pork chop on top of it.
Yes, he does.
And we're like, we're
For
in.
$18.
We are in. And this monstrosity of a pile of meat comes out.
We'll have to post it on the page
Yes.
so you guys can see it.
It is massive. It must have been 3 pounds of meat.
Easy.
Yeah.
And then, it had cheese poured all over it too.
Oh, yeah, nacho cheese.
Tim and I tackled it and conquered it,
Yeah, Sam had like one tiny small
and it
sandwich.
felt terrible for
Yeah,
it.
no, they regretted it.
I did not eat. That was Friday night. I did not eat all day Saturday. As a matter of fact, I was so full.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable like that. It's been a long time since I've eaten and felt uncomfortable
Yeah.
afterwards. And
Luckily, I was wearing
I
stretchy
felt
pants.
uncomfortable. Yeah, because you can't really kick back on a button in
No.
a restaurant.
No, the
Al Bundy in it.
we then had to go have a little custard because there's a custard
Oh.
joint in Des Moines that we
Yeah,
love
but that's
so much.
easy. That slides down. That
Yeah, I was
melts.
gonna say that was
That's
just a
melts
nice
and
little.
fills in the cracks. But that thing was massive. So if you're in Des Moines, go to Big Al's and get the ultimate Big Al burger, and it was huge.
Big Al will give it to you personally too
Yeah.
if he's there.
And he is a large owl. That was true.
What?
He was a large owl.
What? Is,
No, he wasn't.
no.
He was a little Asian guy.
Yeah.
He was pretty tall.
Well, I wouldn't say.
Not that all Asians
He's-
are little, but
he was a big Asian.
Yeah, he was more than a normal size Asian.
we stereotype so bad
Yeah,
right
we
there.
do.
If the FCC is listening, we love Asians.
And
We love all
fried
people.
rice. Yes. Okay.
And barbecue.
And
All right, and we
barbecue.
digress. There goes
At
another
the
So
tangent.
anyway, we're at the Muay Thai tournament. Big
And,
tournament.
you know, and 3 days of fights, 3 days of coaching, and I ref and judge as well. So that was fun, and we got to see, man, you see some people just putting it all out there on the line, and their dedication, and you know, I love and respect the art of Muay Thai to begin with, but then you know, just these people getting in, and these are amateurs.
Right.
Nobody's getting paid for this, so they're training in their spare time. We got parents, we got mothers, we got daughters, we got, you know,
You name
full, I mean, business professionals that are doing this in their spare time and dedicating all their free time to this. And that's really what it takes. And it's just awesome to watch, and it's awesome to see people, you know, even win and lose, just putting it all out there. It's just amazing to see the emotion. And it's more than fights, you know, and people say that all the time. Like on the surface, yeah, it's punching and kicking and two people beating the crap out of each other in a ring. But when that final bell rings and you see the emotion and victory and defeat, not just the fighters, but the coaches and the families that show up and the friends, it's amazing to see.
It is.
And the camaraderie in
Yeah.
Muay Thai, you know, for anybody that's never seen it, every fight ends in a hug. The corners are always paying respects to each other. You know, I don't think I saw any fight this weekend that was bad blood.
No, not at all.
Yeah, the respect that everybody shows to each other is what amazes me every time.
Yeah, I get exhausted coaching. I win and lose with whoever's in there. So yeah, it's exhausting.
And I think that's what people forget. It's one thing to say that people live vicariously through somebody else, but you know, it's different to be like, hey, you feel like you're in there with them, like you feel every shot they take, like you feel their emotion, you're happy for them, you're sad for them all at the same time, and it's not just the coaches, it's the teammates,
Right.
Oh yeah.
the people that trained with them for the months leading up to it, it's the families that supported them. And help them dedicate their time and energy to that and traveled all that way. I mean, people travel from California, from New York, from Canada, you know,
Everywhere.
into Des Moines to fight potentially one and done. You know, it's a
Right.
single elimination tournament. And to go all that way, invest all that time, money, and energy into it, yeah, it is. It is an emotional event. And the pure joy when people win an event like that and just the heart breaking and gut wrenching losses. It's just, man, you feel both sides of it,
Yes, you do.
which is cool. You know, all of it's cool. Like all of it makes it the total experience while you're there. You know, you see people just, you know, what I call gamers, people that show up and fight no matter what, regardless of their talent, they're going to fight. You know, and I think, you know, some of us that were, you know, athletes in our former lives or growing up, you know, like you may not have had all the talent in the world, but you are a gamer. You're going to fight to the bitter end. But you also see people with all the talent in the world just not show up.
Yeah.
Yep.
At the same time, you know, and you see both sides of it. You're like, man, I can't believe that person lost. Like, there's so much better. They should have been so much better than that other person. But, you know, you got things like performance anxiety. You see, some people just can't. They get out there and get in front of everybody and just can't pull it off.
Especially if it's their first fight out there, because a lot of those people, it's their first time.
Well, you see people get in amazing shape. This is what I always love as a ref and as a judge. You know, like you never want to underestimate anybody because you'll see people get in there that are just physically amazing shape. They're like a Greek god walking into the ring. You're like, holy smokes, look at this person. And then you see their opponent get in who might be a little soft. You could almost say chubby. And then the fight starts and just the polar opposite happens of what you would think based on looks. And just the person who's doesn't look like in shape might be a little soft, just wears the other person out. And I love seeing that, actually. I was like, I love to see that. Like, I feel bad the other person lost, don't get me wrong. But you just can't underestimate anybody. Like, you can't judge a book by its cover when it comes to combative sports or fighting like that.
No doubt.
True story.
That's it. That's all you guys
That's
got
all-
for me.
you pretty much said it word for word.
I
there.
set
I
that
mean,
up for you guys to swing at, and you're like, yes.
And you have so many weight classes. You can tell people who have been, heavy and have come down. They have some loose skin. You can tell like moms because they'll have like the mom pooch, or some people will fight in like a shirt because they're a little embarrassed of how they look.
Did you really just say that on the radio?
I said it on the radio.
You did.
You have the whole gamut, but you know what? Hey, they're in there. It's kind of like your bikini mindset. They're in there, and whether they're fighting for in a sports bra or in their shirt or whatever, they're in there doing it and getting after it. So much respect to anybody that steps in there and willingly, tests themselves. Well, it's awesome to see.
And on that note, I think this is a difference between like Muay Thai and UFC and MMA. And not to knock UFC or MMA, they're incredible sports, and there's incredibly talented people to do it. But from the fan perspective, that you tend to see people will badmouth or badger people that don't get in there and perform well. You don't see that as much in Muay Thai because I think the Muay Thai community and the Muay Thai crowd understands what it takes to get in there. It's a closer-knit community, I think. Anybody that laughs at somebody that gets in the ring, even if they get knocked out, has no idea what it takes to get in there.
Yeah. It's scary.
It is very scary.
And just what you got to do, what you got to put yourself through, if you do it properly, right? We're talking about doing it properly.
Right. What you put your body through,
what you put yourself through, and just the mind, just being able to get in front of somebody and stare down the barrel of a gun.
Yeah.
Of somebody that's going to be in there to try to do you harm.
Yeah.
Like, that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of fortitude. And then to perform well, it takes even more. Right? And then and it's your first time, you don't know. But I hate people that will laugh at somebody for looking dumb in there or not performing well or being outclassed or just losing in general. Like, it's always easier on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
I always tell them, hey, I want to see you up there. And then if that's the case,
it's easy to be a couch quarterback, Monday morning, like, oh, I wish if my team would have done this, they would have won. Like, really, that's why you're sitting on the couch and not playing football.
drives me nuts.
Yeah, but, at least in football, you can, hindsight's 20/20. It's a team sport. You can always second guess coaching decisions and whatnot. But a sport like that, when you're in there in a ring on an island,
It's you and the other person.
it's you and the other person. Everybody's watching, and it's either you're gonna hit or you're gonna get hit, or a combination thereof, right?
True story.
The outcome's pretty finite. What's gonna happen, either way. And I think everybody should respect somebody that has the gumption to get in there and whether it's boxing or kickboxing or wrestling, anything like that. I think it takes a lot of courage and should be commended, win, lose, or draw, just to get in there, right? And give it your best effort. And it doesn't always work out.
Right.
And like we always tell our fighters, the only time I ever get disappointed in our competitors is that if you don't try your hardest or you don't prepare your best, your hardest, right? There's very few things you can control, right? You can't control how fast your opponent is. You can't control how talented your opponent is. You can't control if they're better than you that day. You can't control if they outsmarted you that day. You can to a point, but you can control how well you prepare. You can control your conditioning.
Yep.
And you can control your mindset.
100%.
Right? And if those fail you, you have nobody to blame but yourself. If you go in there and got knocked out because they swung a big wild right and got clipped, hey, it happens. It happens to the best of them. Even Mike Tyson got knocked out, right? And Mike Tyson knocked out a lot of people. But if you go in there and like you're not in good enough shape, okay, that's something you could have
It's all
rectified, right?
Right.
Or if you go in there and you mentally quit, right? And I think that's one thing that no coach can really teach anybody is, you can put people in situations that can help make them mentally tougher, but you can't teach somebody a will to fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the one thing you do see once in a while is that I think people in training, they feel like they're feel like they're ready, but then they get in there. If they're, a first timer, then they really realize what's going on. And first timers, I'll give them a pass. That happens. Like you don't know how you're going to react till you get in there. The only time I ever get disappointed is if it's somebody who's been doing it for a while and gets seasoned and quits on themselves. Whether it's self-doubt, performance anxiety, whatever it happens to be, or they realize they weren't in as good a shape, and like they say, fatigue makes a coward of us all. You can credit that to Lombardi or Patton, whoever it was, but essentially what happens is, we feel good and confident while we feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
But the second we don't feel so good, the confidence tends to leave in a hurry. I encourage anybody, if you don't understand the sport of Muay Thai, check it out. You can find them online. It's a beautiful sport to watch.
Beautiful, beautiful sport.
And the ceremony and the respect around Muay Thai is something really to behold. And I think it's really cool to watch. And then to be able to see that for 3 days was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great weekend.
And it's a great way to get in shape, guys. Like if you're looking for something different to do, if you're tired of the treadmill or lifting weights or just running or rowing or whatever you're doing, Muay Thai kickboxing, you talk about a total body butt kicker.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Some days it's just good to hit something legally and not get in trouble for it.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Some days it
That's
just comes
true,
down to
too.
like, you just need to beat the crap out
You
of something.
can assault a heavy bag all you want, and it doesn't press charges.
Sometimes you can assault a person there and not get charged.
That's what we call sparring.
I always tell people in class, I'm like, man, the heavy bag should be your best friend because it shows up every day, lets you kick the crap out of it, never complains about it, and it just takes everything you want
And
to
don't
hits
talk back.
Right. It also doesn't make breakfast, but I mean, who knows?
Well, there's that. There is that. Even sparring somebody, sometimes it's liberating to get hit a little bit, and to get cracked in the mouth and get kicked a little bit, and it's like there's a liberation to that. That sounds crazy, but it's like to get roughed up a little bit and smacked around a little bit, and to give it back too.
You're right.
There is a liberation to that, man. You feel good. Like you got some bumps and bruises, but you just feel good about it. Great way to de-stress and get out a bunch of energy.
Yeah, I enjoy kicking Tim in the face every once in a while.
Me too.
I don't think you have ever kicked me in the face. You have definitely kicked me in the face, and I didn't even see it coming. It just hit me, and I was like, what was that?
But I just did that when you walked in the door.
Walking like, hey, oh, man.
Which one y'all kicked?
Right, I felt like
No
Chris
doubt.
Tucker on, what was that movie? I can't even think of
With
it.
Jackie Chan?
You
Yeah,
guys
Rush
are
Hour.
you guys are so
Rush
good
Hour.
with the awkward pauses today. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Sam was trying to spell, that's what happened.
That is true
confused.
statement.
All right, guys, that's about all the time we have this week. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Treadmills and Tangents, your health and wellness show. Please check us out on our Facebook, on our websites. We're always posting good stuff. We're looking for feedback all the time. Please send us a message, give us a call, things you want to hear, want to talk about. We're always looking to have guests on the show. We'll take anybody who wants to have a good, honest conversation about health, wellness, and fitness. But we'll see you again next week. Everybody have a happy 4th of July. Before we see you again, stay safe. Don't blow off any of the digits. Use a long fuse. Light it and run. Have a good weekend.
Tune in each Saturday morning with fun banter on what it takes to live a healthier, happier, and more vibrant life in the Big O. Treadmills and Tangents with Coach Aaron Cerrone and his army of wellness warriors.